Okay, so this is in Patani. I'm gonna be today's tutor, and let's continue that pending game. So in our last lecture, we have completed our part one, and today we'll be completing part two. In our last lecture, we have put an animation to this hammer, okay, and cat's costume too. So basically, I'll be putting bang beam flag clicked forever loop and next costume. Working perfectly. Okay, I'll be deleting these variables for now. Okay, now let's write down the code. Now I don't want only one this cat and hole. I'll be duplicating. Okay, first let's write down the code, then we'll be duplicating it. So now what do I want? First let's write this code for hammer. First it was facing to this 90 degree at the start. Okay, and now I want it to hammer this hammer to go wherever my mouse pointer goes. So I'll be clicking when reflect clicked forever loop, go to my mouse pointer. Working perfectly. Now what? Okay, now I want it to come on the front position. So I'll be going to looks, go to front layer, and yeah, also point in direction 90, or else I can make it 45. I think this is perfect. So this is working so perfectly. Now let's write down the code for a cat. So for cat, what do I want? Whenever so first I want to put a motion. So I'll be putting a next costume, and also wait for 0.001 seconds because I want it to be I don't want it to be so fast. 0.01. Let's see how it's working now. It's a bit slower. 0.01. Working perfectly. Now what do I want? Whenever I click on this cat, I want my score to increase. So first what I'll be doing is I'll be making one variable. There's already a variable was it. So I'll be setting my was it to false. That means if I click on this, if it touches the cat, then my was it will turn to true. Okay, that I'll be doing in my further code. What else? I'll be also setting my score to 0 because at the start of the game I want my score to be 0. Okay, and let's write down the code for time also. So when green flag clicked, suppose I want this game to be of 20 seconds, so I'll be setting my timer to 20, and in a forever loop what I'll be doing is change time by -1 and wait for 1 second also. So it will be changing timer after waiting for 1 second, and one if condition that whenever the time gets to 0, whenever the timer gets to 0, I wanna broadcast game over. Now when I receive game over, we'll be doing at the end. So yeah, at the start where was it false, this is okay, working perfectly. Now I'll be putting an if condition that if it touches the, if the hammer touches the cat, I'll be putting one, and I'll be putting many conditions over here. The first condition should be that was it, the was it should be true, the was it should be true. Okay, I'm sorry, false. So first I'll be going to variables. No, I'll be putting is equal to operator over here. False. And I'll be going to variables and I'll be putting was it over here. Okay, now what I want, I'll be putting another if condition. If it is touching the cat hammer, set was it to true. I'll be setting it, not changing it. True, and wait for 2 seconds, and then I'll be setting it back to false. So whenever the was it is false and it is touching the hammer, I'll be also putting one more condition, so one more end condition. And the hammer should be facing to the very end. So I'll be telling if the if the it should be minus 45. What should be minus 45? If its y position is minus 45, the direction is minus 45. I can't put this over here. So let's get some other concept. If its y position, if its direction is over here, if its direction is 45 degree, okay. Okay, or else we can put this code for hammer itself. Let's put it in hammer. No, hammer won't work it. Direction of hammer it should be. Okay, we'll work on it afterwards. So yeah, whenever it ever touches it, so I want my score to increase first. Okay, so I'll be changing my score by 1. Let's remove this code for now. Now let's run it. Let's put this only. Okay, and I want it to switch to the costume A. I want it to wait for some seconds. Let's put a random operator 1 to 5. I want it to say ouch. First I want it to say ouch, then I want it to wait. Ouch for some second only, maybe 2 seconds. Let's copy it down. Ouch for 1 second only. Okay, yeah, I'm done with this much. Now I'll be just duplicating this sprite. I'll be dragging it, I'll be putting it over here. Okay, the score has been 8. Instead of 1 2, let's make it 3, and let's make it 0.0001. Instead of this touching hammer, I also have to put one more, that if it is mouse down, if the user has clicked the mouse, I'll put in touching hammer, and I'll be going to motion. No, yeah, mouse down will be in sensing. We're putting it over here, and let's see now. Okay, wait. Now I have to tell that if it touches the, also touching black color, and operator again, touching black color. Okay, okay, and let me delete all this code. Now let me duplicate this code. Now let's run it. Okay, working perfectly now. Okay, yeah. So now it is working perfectly. I'll be putting a timer also. Timer should be visible. And now I have to write when I receive game over, then what? When I receive game over, then I'll simply stop everything. I'll be putting it over here in all the sprites. Cat 5, cat 6, and the last cat, and for hammer also. Okay, so yeah, we are done with this game. Now we are changing our timer by what? I'll be putting my timer code only at hammer, not everywhere. I'll be deleting it from here. I'll be deleting it from here. From here. From here. Deleting. 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 And deleting. Okay, now it is working perfectly. We can also put some background, something like this or something else, like this maybe. Okay, so yeah, this is working so perfectly. For hammer I have to put the code, timer code I have put already over here. The hammer should go for wherever my mouse pointer goes, so that is why I put go to mouse pointer. And whenever the mouse whenever the mouse has been clicked, I want my hammer to move downwards. What else? For the cat sprite, I have written the code that whenever the green flag is clicked, the was it should be false. When space key pressed, okay. I can also put this was it over here in the next in the forever loop. In the forever loop, and whenever it touches, I'll be setting my was it to true. Okay, working perfectly. So yeah, and I'll be also changing its costume. Okay, so there's a motion. Okay, and I put a condition that if was it is false, if the mouse has been clicked, and if it is touching the hammer, and if it is touching the black part of the hammer, then only the score will increase. So there are 4 conditions. If the was it is false, yes it is false. If the mouse down, if I click the mouse, yes I click the mouse. If it is touching the hammer, yes it is touching the hammer and the black part of the hammer, then it will change the score by 1. It will say ouch. It will switch costume to cat A and wait for 1 to 3 seconds, and it will come out again. See, now the was it is false, the score is not increasing. Okay, yeah, and we are done. I hope you